Thank you. Right, time is moving on. And I'm not going to waste your time today. Okay? Fine. Really? I do suppose you are waiting for the good news. You are waiting for news of the meeting with Mr. Westner. Are you? Yep. Yes. Well, there's no good news. There's only bad news. And let me tell you the bad news first. The bad news is that some of you sitting here today have been waiting for 20 years to be restituted. Some of you are sitting with reference numbers from the first round. Am I correct or not? You don't have a house in District 6, isn't it so? And neither did you get that lousy 17,000 rand or 40,000 rand. But you are waiting. Some of you sitting here today, your papers that you filled in 17 years ago have been destroyed. Some of you sitting here today have been done in by family members in the first process. And some of you sitting here today that registered in July 2014 may never get homes in District 6. That is the reality of the matter. The District 6 Working Committee is an exclusive organization. It's an exclusive club. It is sitting with a memorandum of incorporation which consists of 737 pages. I pray that you read this document and why it is an exclusive membership. Because anybody, but anybody who is not interested in being properly restituted by this government should not be a member of this committee. Anybody who is not interested in restorative justice should not be a member of this committee. If you are waiting, if you are going to wait for a house, do not become a member of the District 6 Working Committee. If you are going to wait for the money which they are going to calculate as to how much your dignity is worth, do not become a member of the District 6 Working Committee. Please. This working committee, this institution is interested in people who want their land back and nothing else. We want what is rightfully ours, but let's not pay lip service to that theory. Let us put shoulder to the wheel and let us become proactive. Now, I'm going to ask you a very funny question today. Do you love me? Yes. Do you love me? Yes. That's a lie. I am sitting with 300 tickets and I haven't sold a single ticket. So how come you say you love me? If those tickets are not sold by Monday, I'm quitting my job because I won't be able to pay the rent for the next 6 months. I rather go without a salary than not paying the rent. So please, I am not doing this for you. Do not be mistaken. I am not doing this for you. I am doing this because I love you. That is better than doing it for you. Because if I love you, I will do anything for you. So by the way, the meeting with Mr. Whitnap on Wednesday was a very productive and constructive one. Collectively, this team, and before I go there, julle het seker nooit gedink die working committee gaan professional word nie. Maar vandag is ons professional. 2 years later, we are professional. We've got lawyers, we've got CEOs, we've got promoters, we've got voila, the queen of District 6. Maar hy het die huisie. Hy het die huis nog een. Listen people, it has not been an easy ride. Since we started out, we had to fight the odds every step of the way. But it's because we believed in you. The working committee is really you. Believe it, and believe it. But I'm not here to amuse you or make you happy. I am here today so that you can start worrying. Worry how you are going to become an active member, working member of this working committee. This name working committee was coined, by the way, by Zahra. And today it is really a working committee, because that's all we do. We work and we work and we work for you. That we have legal counsel today to take us through the processes, to go to court eventually. How many of you wouldn't like to see that justice is not only done, but it's seen to be done? How many of you wouldn't like that? You have been told that your claims will only be verified after 5 years. So is after 5 years 5 years? Or is it another 10 or 20 years? But the working committee can make that happen sooner than 5 years. The working committee will reach out to the District 6 Community Forum because they represent the interests of those people presently living there, and they have a lot of problems internally and externally that they have to resolve, and we commend them for that. But we will reach out to them. We will also reach out to the reference group who is in charge of the third phase that they are about to build, whenever they're going to build that. We will reach out to that group so that everybody can speak with one voice this time. The working committee has taken the initiative of becoming the flagship. You can have your own organization. You can come from whichever community. But let there be consensus that we will speak with one voice. So we will just act as a flagship so that this government, local, provincial and national, can see that for the first time in history, the colored man and woman will not only speak out for his rights, for his or her rights, but will exercise those rights in terms of the Constitution. So it's time that you and I step up to the plate as sovereign citizens of this country. It is time. I'm comfortable with this label that they put on me, that you are a colored. I'm comfortable with that. I'm a Muslim by conviction, and that is between me and him. But in terms of this, the geographics of this country, I am a colored. And now you give me what is mine. I lost my land in District 6, so I want it back. I lost my land in Simonstown or Wellington or Constanza, I want it back. at any cost. That is my constitutional right. Ladies and gentlemen, Section 25 of the Constitution is clear, very clear, that everybody is entitled to property, especially property of which you were dispossessed of. Now how much more do you want to be convinced of that you should actually stand up and exercise that right legally, instead of waiting for these empty promises since 1995. District 6 is not going to happen unless we make it happen. We were not in time for Human Rights Day to celebrate in District 6, but we will be in time this year in September, in partnership with the District 6 Community Forum and the Reference Group, that we shall have the biggest Heritage Day celebration in District 6. That is our land. You know, when I said in a previous meeting that the castle is a stark reminder of slavery and hardship and torture, and I suggested you can turn it into a retirement place for the elderly people, a dignified place. Some people actually said to me, no, why do you want to do that? I think about it. Think about it. The castle today is a white elephant. A white elephant. That is space. Space that can be productively utilized. We need to get back as many people as possible on the limited land that there is. CPUT has to sell some of that land back to government, and government must give us back that land, because that is also in the Constitution and the Restitution Act. What are we waiting for? As we are sitting here, the city of Cape Town is selling land in and around District 6 to developers. As we are sitting. But what are we going to do about it? Are we of those people with a defeatist mentality that we just say, you know what, hulle sal nooit na ons kyk nie. So ons moet maar nou net weer wag. Don't. I beg you, don't become second-class citizens. There's only citizens of this country. There's no first, second, and third-class citizens anymore. That stopped in 1994. So if you don't step up to the plate, this working committee will become a useless vehicle. If you don't step up to the plate, I am so humbled by the number of people here today, because every time we call a meeting, you come. But we can't do this alone. We need ideas. We need motivation. We need inspiration. We need people who love this country, South Africa. Before South Africa became a rainbow nation, District 6 was a rainbow nation. Your children and your grandchildren especially, and great-grandchildren who were born in the townships, maybe their drug taking and their gangsterism is a sign for crying out. Because they believe that they are doomed, that they are from the townships. Do they know where they come from? Do they know where their grandmothers come from and fathers come from? Do they know that we are a cultured and a civilized people for hundreds of years in this country? Do they know that? No, they don't, and we need to remind them. We need to bring them into District 6 and show them that land and convince them that we are going back there. That's what we need to do. So let me not waste your time. I ask you, from the bottom of my heart, when we give a function, support it. We don't make money from that function. We get a small part of the funding that will pay our expenses. We need to get so professional now that we can start paying our CEO. We can start paying our communications director. We can start paying our legal counsel. We haven't asked for the big money yet from big people because we were not organized enough. We are only becoming organized now. So you must respect that we have worked hard. It's not about the money, people. It's about the principle. It's about the fact that you want to be back in District 6 or you want to be properly restituted financially. It's about you not wanting to have a piecemeal settlement. It's about you and your heritage. Can anybody take away the image that you have of Table Mountain when you grew up in District 6? Can anybody take that away from you? That is your heritage. And we sit back, and we sit back. And we must stop with this prejudice that we have, this racism that we have. We must stop polarizing ourselves and marginalizing ourselves. We must stop it as the colored person. Stop that right now and become democratic. This country is so democratic. Let me tell you about democracy in this country, how you can exercise it. It is so democratic that the previous president, Thabo Mbeki, was phoned one morning to say, you don't have to come to the office today, you are fired as the president of South Africa. How democratic do you want to be? Julle suppose om te lag. This country is so democratic that they can point a finger at President Jacob Zuma and say, pay back the money. This is democracy. We have to look at human values here. We have to really look into ourselves. This committee is about you. It's about you, and it's about you, and it's about you. I thank you.